Remember, what's your beef?
Let's now get to What's Your Beef, presented by our friends at Old Trafford. Each one of us throughout the season are going to give our beefs. Yeah. Today, my beef is with all of us in the media.
Oh, no.
Me included.
Self-beef.
Who crowned these rookie quarterbacks back in April and expected each one to have great success right out of the gates. Guess what? The NFL is really, really hard. And whereas Mark Sanchez and Joe Flacco and Russell Wilson went to the playoffs as rookies, most first-year NFL starters do not, and most really struggle out of the gates. Let's start with the first overall pick from this year, who hadn't lost a regular season game since high school. Trevor Lawrence. He not only has lost his first 3 games as a pro, his team has lost mighty handedly. And it's not even really his fault. Lawrence is picking up the quarterback duties for a franchise that, guys, is in the middle of one of the worst stretches, not only currently, of NFL history.
Talk about it. This is not spoken about.
It's not enough for Trevor Lawrence to throw touchdowns and get things going.
Yeah, 18.
He now has to try to break this streak. This franchise is in the same conversation as the Yuccaneers right now and the 0-16 Lions. There is a burden there. He has an 18-game losing streak for this franchise. So, hey, save us. It's not so easy. This is not Clemson. Guess what? The number 2 overall pick is having no better luck. Zach Wilson may have some highlight throws and the ability to pull off a Mahomes-esque no-looker down the road sometime, but he has been an interception machine thus far this season. Take a look at Wilson's numbers through 3 games this year compared to his entire season last year at BYU. He's already doubled his interception total in 3 games. Huh. It won't get much better either. Yeah. The Jets' schedule is really tough, and they aren't suddenly going to get hot. Not with that roster and not with that offense they're trotting out. Justin Fields had one of the worst rookie debuts of all time, and Mac Jones has been competent, but hardly a world beater. And guess what? Davis Mills got swallowed whole by that great Panthers defense. Take a look at this screen right here. Here are all of your rookie quarterbacks, the starters, the ones that we raved about in April, in May, in June, in July, in August. 0-3, 0-3, 0-1, 1-2. My only win versus Zach Wilson, 0-1. This is shocking, right? And yet, it's not. These quarterbacks are not alone. Most rookie quarterbacks have struggled out of the gates. Peyton Manning went 3-13 his first year. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns that first season. Peyton was terrible his rookie year, but was he, or was it a learning experience? Yeah. Troy Aikman, his team went 1-15. He threw twice as many interceptions as touchdowns. 1-15. He was terrible that first year. They turned it around. Matt Stafford. We rave about Matt Stafford now. He's amazing, right? Matt Stafford was 2-8 his first season. And it didn't mean that Aikman or Manning or Stafford couldn't play football. It just means that the NFL is really hard. Like really, really hard. And none of the 6 rookie quarterbacks who have taken a snap are stepping onto the field with teams that were as good as the Jets when Sanchez got there, or as good as the Seahawks when Russell Wilson arrived. Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, Andrew Luck, all those guys made the playoffs as rookies. They had superstars with them. They had Ray Lewis. They had Darrelle Revis. They had Reggie Wayne. They had things. These guys, they might not yet. And it doesn't mean that Trevor Lawrence isn't going to the Hall of Fame someday, as many of us predicted before April's draft, or that Zach Wilson can't turn this Jets franchise around. It just means that this NFL quarterback stuff, it's really tough, like really, really tough. And it's a collective effort of quarterback, players, coaches, owners, in getting those things going. So my beef is with all of us in the media for leading you fans onto thinking that this would go any other way with these rookie quarterbacks out of the gate. Remember this when in April next year or May this year, I'm on screen. Or
you remember it.
Are you going to remember it?
And we're saying that this guy is a once-in-a-generation quarterback. There are a lot of once-in-a-generation quarterbacks. Most of them struggle out of the gates. Guys.
I think Kay and I are on the same page with your beef, Peter. Back in April, if we had said, you know, there's this great player coming out, Micah Parsons. You want to talk about the quarterbacks? No, linebacker, that's stupid out of Penn State. Talk Lawrence. That's you, my friend. You are the quarterback-obsessed one. And
but you're the trot the rookie out there one. It's both of you.
I know.
I'm the old granny that's like, I want the dude to sit with the clipboard on the sideline. I've been saying this for 5 years on the show. Are you two ready to join me on this side where you don't? Are you guys going to remember when this 2022 draft class comes out? They're like, let's be patient, Traeger. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, no, okay, it's fair. And I'm going to give myself a little slap on the wrist here because I've done it time and time again. I get excited by all the draft stuff. And I get excited. And then you see ready when the bullets are flying, and it's a little different. Zach Wilson out there, he doesn't look lost. He looks like he's under siege, and you see there's a glimmer of something. He's got no shot out there. And it's because of what's around him, and it's because of the situation. It's going to take time. So, yes, I can hype these quarterbacks. We can hype these quarterbacks. We just have to realize it might not happen out of the gate. Does
these rookies struggling, Kyle, does that give more weight to the idea of letting them sit, letting them develop?
No. Because there's an overreaction coming now. Now everyone's saying, maybe this class is terrible, maybe this class is overhyped. There's a ton of guys, who started game 1, quarter 1, series 1, and went on to be great despite struggling.
Okay.
All of these guys, first game, and I just want to point out one specifically, 2014 Derek Carr, see him towards the bottom of the screen there?
Yes, I do.
Started 0-10 as a starter, was getting destroyed. Terrible start. Everyone's ripping him apart, worst draft pick ever, they don't have it. Now he looks like an MVP candidate all these years later, and he's had a great career. There's a lot of examples that say, hold the line, everybody chill. After 3 games, no, I'm not panicking yet.
Golden, what do you think?
I think they just, you give them time.
Okay.
They need time. And I go back to when I was at the Seahawks. I mean, Russell came in and he was going to have time, but he beat out Matt Flynn. But we had a good defense. We had some good foundations. These teams don't have much right now, so I'm all for giving time and letting them mature a little bit. Let them see the game from the sideline a little bit.
Let them all do that, or let the ones with teams that have questionable personnel do that? How do you, is it by a case-by-case basis, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it has to be case by case.
Yeah, I think we need to be more like him, where it's like in between.
Oh, sure.
Like, trot him out there, and I'm like, absolutely put him in bubble tape, and like, yeah, I don't care that he's Patrick Mahomes and he's going to score 50 touchdowns. Put him in the back.
It's like Trevor Lawrence, though, is supposed to be the best quarterback ever.
Great call.
So you drop him in, like, do something.
The 3-13 that Peyton Manning did is fine, and that always comes up.
Yeah.
All right, so the Jaguars going to get Edgerrin James next year? Are they going to get Marvin Harrison? Because that's what it takes. That's why those stories stir. For Troy, too. It's not like they just got that much better. The teams helped them.
Troy, they traded Herschel Walker for 11 picks.
Got to do it.
Things got better.
And then you look at Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck comes in. What was that team the year before Andrew Luck comes in?
It's post-Manning. It was really bad.
And then he came in and he turned it around. So you're like, oh, this is what a guy can do on a bad team if they're good enough to turn. Like, I think those were the expectations I had for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, of course. I'm disappointed in Trevor Lawrence.
We gotta stop setting them up and the world up. Like, as soon as they get drafted, like, could he be this? Could he be that? Like
it's hard. We have a television to do.
We gotta stop.
When you're
Let it. We're on a show in June. We gotta talk about something, and it's better that than let's wait 3 years.
Just when Spencer Rattler we start talking about him, Schrager, you need to just really cool it on
Peter,
it.
next year, just be like, these guys are Just do that. Just go with a different character the whole spring, right?
These guys stink.
Undersell, over-deliver.
When are we going to get to Arch Manning? We got about 5 years left to talk about him.
Can I talk about Arch?
Let's talk about Arch now. Yes, I think he's going to Alabama.
I think it goes further than the draft regs. It's just patience in general for these guys. All the guys you said, you look at Lamar, he's like 25 years old, and we like indict him after like 1 or 2 seasons. He's won an MVP. What are we doing here? Dak Prescott, we're like, oh, he doesn't have it. He's injured. He's 25 years old, something like that. It's unbelievable how young these quarterbacks are. Be patient on the QBs. All right, go ahead.
But go on. When they're drafting these guys, these head coaches might not have time. They might not have time. I need something to happen. Like,
that's true.
I need to find a way to stay around this organization. And look, sometimes, I'd rather you be the, just get on in there and
do
play back. It's his fault. So look, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
Hey, look, we got to be a little bit patient. Just be a little bit patient. Let's not say that any of them suck or they're not gonna last in this league. Let's just give it a little time.
He was
just
sacked
a little bit.
9 times, Kyle.
That's how many touchdowns he's going to run for against the Lions this weekend.
Let's
go! And I'm talking about Nick Foles, of course.
Oh, boy. Bruce Arians is disturbed by the lack of sacks coming from his defense. What's disturbing us? Heading into week 4, get your markers ready. Whiteboard Wednesday is here.
See you checking out the drip, yeah, I'm splashing. Candy paint, woo, on the classic. Rams 24, if you ask it. Move, stay down, what? Thought that was established. Hey, whoa, gotta go. Pushing the gas